So, hello. For those of you that I don't know, my name is Nathan. This is my YouTube channel, Natetheworld. I also run a website called natetheworld.com, and I do a podcast called Natetheworld, the podcast. Today, I thought we would do something brand new for me, something I've never tried before. This is a piece that I shared on my blog back in March. I'm now recording a podcast of the same thing that I wrote, but I thought it'd be pretty interesting to record a little piece of the podcast process. So I record in 4 sections. I record an opening that's a standard opening. I also record an intro that introduces the topic that we're going to be talking about. I do a piece to be discussed, and then I do a kind of closing thought, a little roundup of what kind of next steps are. I thought it'd be interesting today to kind of show you, or kind of speak out loud to YouTube, while we're recording at least the piece to be discussed. So, if you guys will indulge me for a second and allow me to get everything going on my end, I would love to share the piece to be discussed. So, here we go. It has almost been a year since the shooting at the Pulse Nightclub in Orlando, where 49 innocent lives were taken tragically and 53 were injured. I'm writing this piece in March of 2017. I'm producing the podcast here in May of the same year. With all that has happened, June 2016 seems like a lifetime ago. Yet, I am just beginning to find the proper words to express how the entire event made me feel. Some of my friends have written beautiful pieces and social media updates about the shooting. I have read essays by people who I will never meet, saying things I wish I could have conjured. Still, I feel compelled to add my voice to the conversation. Even with the passage of so much time, because I felt Orlando in my soul. I felt it in my soul. When you're starting to come out, you look for safe places. My journey wasn't uncommon. I sought allies who could offer a sympathetic and non-judgmental ear. I met people in chat rooms, behind closed doors, and in the safety of others' homes. I allowed myself to be free and liberated. Later in my journey, apps would be introduced, allowing me to explore my sexuality even further. Not all of these adventures were safe, but they were necessary for me and thousands of others. When I walked into my first gay bar, I felt awkward and out of place. My ego led me to believe that the eyes of the world were upon me, and the world was judging from outside the bar and within its walls. My internal programming led me to believe I was sinning. Those first steps were not about finding safety. Rather, they were about continuing my journey. The sense of safety would come later, and when it arrived, I was so very grateful. A gay bar is the first place I felt safe. I could be out and proud within those walls. I could flirt, and I could be flirted with. I could bring dates, and I could meet up with friends. I could lose myself in the moment and, of course, make a few mistakes. I learned. I learned so much about myself, the culture, and my place within it. I also learned I could choose my own path and determine for myself what kind of gay man I wanted to be. After a few years, I found myself returning to quote unquote traditional bars. But I did so knowing refuge was still around the corner. If I needed a safe place, those bars where I grew up were there waiting for me and educating the next generation. After Orlando, my old haunts didn't feel so safe anymore. To be completely honest, large crowds don't feel safe anymore. I do find pride in knowing how much things have changed. Still, I worry about the work yet to be done. Make no mistake, the Pulse nightclub shooting was an act of terror meant to make a community afraid. For me and others, it worked to varying degrees. I know this to be true, though. The courage I had to summon the first time I walked through the doors of a gay bar in Oklahoma City will be the same courage needed to enter those confines once again. All of this begins with the simple choice. I choose not to hide. For too much of my life, I have been asked to stand within closets constructed by an environment beyond my control. I will no longer hide, and I'm not going back. Not now, and not ever. I will stand firmly for the things I believe in, and I believe all people deserve safe spaces. All people deserve space where they can be free and liberated without fear. Here, communities are built and strengthened. So remember this simple fact the next time you walk past your local gay bar. These places are more than dens of sin. They are places where many of us end or begin our journey. We are your sons, your daughters, friends, cousins, aunts, uncles. We are human beings wanting to be free. So, that gives you a little taste of at least the piece to be discussed. It takes us about a week to get the entire thing edited and finalized, but it should be up on SoundCloud. Just search Natetheworld, and about a week as well is on. It'll be on the complete podcast. Will be on iTunes Music, Stitcher, and the Google Play Music Store. Until next time, thanks for watching and listening, and we'll see you around.